All right. So I wanted to welcome everybody tonight. Talking about best practices from successful eBay sellers. This is me and Bill gonna be talking. And if you were here for the last one, what we did is, I did a rapid fire with asking Bill questions about selling on Amazon, and he did awesome. So he did so good, I decided to do it again. This time with eBay. I have a list.
Hey, look at that list.
Questions. Topics to go. And we're going to see how well Bill does. It's a test. It's a test, and he tests well, so it's going to be pretty good. So before we start, how about you give a little synopsis of your eBay selling?
Yeah, let's see. I've been on eBay technically since 1998, so a long time ago. But really didn't do any reselling on eBay of any substantial amount anyway until about 5 years ago. So I've been around the block a little bit. I have a few stores on eBay that I maintain, and that in itself can keep you kind of busy.
Definitely. Before we get started, I want to say first, like Bill said, eBay has been around since '98, and I think a rough estimate is there's probably 1 million guides of how to sell on eBay that's come out since '98. So we're not going to be here reinventing the wheel tonight. Basically, we're just going to talk about things that work for us, and it may have been stuff that you've seen already or done already, or things you're already doing. Or you might take away a few nuggets from here to there. But like I said, we're not reinventing the wheel tonight. We just
right.
eBay is pretty cut and dry. It's the plug and play of e-commerce. Basically anybody could just jump in tonight, right after the show. You're like, I want to sell on eBay. You can start selling tonight. It's that simple. And like I said, there's tons of stuff out there, and this is just stuff that works. We're just going to talk about stuff that works for us, plain and simple, eBay stuff that works for us. And just for this beginning part, I'm just going to keep the seat locked so no one jumps in and takes the conversation in a completely different direction, because we're going to see how fast we can get through these questions, and then we're going to open it up. Hey, what's up, Rodell? Do you guys? Yeah, we do eBay also. Yes. Jazz Media. Sorry if I said that wrong. But yeah, okay. So we're going to try to get through these as fast as possible. And I'm going to start with this one. I call it Presentation Matters. And basically this covers a wide variety of things on your eBay. It covers your eBay listings, your pictures, your how the item looks when it gets to your customer. And I think a lot of people are lacking in that. I think a lot of people, especially people that just like, I just do eBay mobile. They'll take a quick picture and be like, large shirt, looks great. And that'll be their description. Or they'll, like me, I got something recently in the mail. It was wrapped up in an Aldi's bag with paper over that, taped up with a label.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think a lot of people is presentation. The presentation from the customer when they first see your pictures, they read your description, to when the package actually arrives at their house is very important. What do you think about that, Bill?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's essential. With some of my niches, I get return clientele on eBay. So that is extremely important to me. I don't send stuff off in pizza boxes or any of those type of things. When you're talking listings, your presentation's important. Your description's important. Your pictures are important. They need to be clear. Your pictures need to also be legible.
Definitely.
So they can really see the product. If there's an issue with the product, they can physically see that on the screen. Model numbers, you might take a picture of the model number, all of those things. And you want those pictures to be nice and crisp. You don't have to spend a ton of time on them to get them just right. Just get the presentation down where it catches the potential buyer's eye. And if I'm doing electronic, I'll take several pictures of that electronic so that they can see the sides, they can see the back, they can see the front. And if there's a scratch on it that's significant, or if there's general wear, then I'll let them know that and make note of that. I always want to be honest with the customer, because you just never know when they're going to come back to you, and or even that same day order more from you. So and I've had that in the past. So I think it's critical, Scott. I really do, that your presentation needs to be A+ all the time.
Definitely. And you hit on a good point, is that people like to look at the eBay customers as one-off customers, but you should, especially if you have a niche like you do, and like I try to have, like, you want those people to be like, man, this person, they I ordered it, they shipped it out quick, if I had a question, they were right on it within 12 hours, whatever.
Yeah.
I like their pictures, their descriptions. They're really cool. They have all that stuff. So it's really important. And that's part of the presentation. Like, I order stuff from people on eBay, and then I'll cross them. I'll never order from them again, no matter what the deal is, because I don't want to deal with the hassle. So I think the presentation, it really does matter. And that goes into another subject, because you brought up something about niches. And that is something I talk about with people, is sell what you know. A lot of people, they get into eBay and they see what other people are selling, and they like to jump into that. Like, oh, this person's making money selling that, I want to do that. Or they making money doing that, I'm going to go do that. Instead of starting off with the basics, like everybody knows something. Everybody, you may not be an expert or a guru or whatever or something, but something that other people want to have. So, I mean, I think you should always, if you're going to start eBay and something you really want to start making money on, do that. Start with something you know. Bill?
I agree. Absolutely. I mean, that's what I did when I started. I have a good working knowledge of electronics and those type of things. I've always been fascinated by them. I've always loved, like police scanners, CB radios, electronics in general, receivers, CD players, DVD players, all of those kind of things, GPS units. So that was immediately became my niche, because it was something I knew. Vintage, I grew into that. I learned along the way. And I started with certain niches and, like license plates and different things like that, just small things that I could learn that didn't have a massive learning curve to it, and was able to niche those out. So I would definitely say immediately start with what you know. If you're good with electronics, go ahead and start there. If your niche is clothing, then start there. I mean, nothing beats the knowledge that you currently have when you first start.
Definitely. With me, I started with baseball cards. I know that was Mike's beginning niche, but that was actually the first thing I ordered off of eBay back in like 98.
Yeah.
It was a Chipper Jones rookie card. That's what I ordered off of eBay. It was no pictures, nothing. It was just like Chipper Jones rookie card. That's what I ordered, because I was always into baseball cards from when I was a kid, and right at the beginning of eBay, it was still viable.
Yeah, it was.
Until eBay killed that market.
Yep.
It was still good making money doing that, but and then I love sports. I love sports stuff, and that's something I got into when I started selling eBay before, and even now is the sports aspect. So it's all people. People think they don't know things, but something, and it's eBay is a global marketplace, and if there's something you have to sell, something you know about, it's people out there that's going to want to buy it.
Absolutely.
So, going into the next one is something me and Bill always talk about, and that is building local relationships. Now, I think this is even more important with eBay than it is with, and to a certain extent, Amazon, but especially if you're dealing with vintage and used items, and you're selling on eBay, a lot of people are going to have locally going to have things that you're going to want to sell online, right? You're going to reach out to them. You need to make relationships with these people because you better make deals with them, because a lot of people you meet at the flea market, you meet at these local pawn shops, the people in your neighborhood Facebook groups. The reason they're selling locally like that is because they don't want to deal with online. And if they know you do it, they will work with you to do that. So what do you think about that? Yeah. I know you're a big local guy.
yeah, absolutely. There's plenty of people in the local area that just, they're stuck back 20, 30 years ago, and they're happy with doing the flea markets, and they're happy with doing local trade shows and different things like that. So, it's really important to establish those relationships with those people. Tell them what you do, because, hey, they still do run across certain items that they know, man, they just don't want to deal with. And they know that they can make a couple bucks by sending it your way, and you can make money and everyone shares in the pie, and then vice versa. Hey, if there's something I know that they're looking for, hey, I'll shove that their way. We'll make deals, we'll swap, we'll, exchange dollar bills, whatever it takes. And you establish those relationships. And I've said it before in our conversations, guys, if you establish your local network, even above and beyond what you do with eBay and FBA for Amazon and Etsy and Craigslist is, kind of a part of that local network. But man, you will never, ever go hungry. I mean, you will be able to make your bills. And if you need to make money right away, nothing beats making a local deal. And so, take advantage of that local network, work that Craigslist, which is a part of that local network, and talk to people in your area. Tell them about what it is that you do. Hey, yeah, I sell online. I sell on eBay. I sell, Amazon, FBA. You just never know what information you'll get from people, and also what deals that that will rise as opportunities for you. So
I love when we talk about stuff like this. Because I personally neglected doing that until me and you started talking about it a lot. And I was just, I was like, I need to get out here and network with people. And when you start doing that, and the people start calling you with deals, that's when you're like, this is a whole other side of business I've been leaving on the table.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It is crazy because these people will call you. Hey, I got so. Do you want it? Yeah, I want it. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I love that part of it.
And an important part of that is, and this, Scott, you don't need a storefront to accomplish that. You don't need a storefront to do that. People will, if you're working out of your home, folks, people will bring stuff to your house. I ran across this weekend. What stuff are you interested in? They will eventually come to you as long as you talk.
Definitely. That's some good stuff. We ought to do like a show about that. You know what I'm saying? Just talking about the local game, because it's so much to talk about, so many different ways to get ends with people. I think that'll be like a super nugget show. All right, we're gonna get into some nuts and bolts of eBay.
Let's do it
with Bill right now. And something I want to talk about is supply and demand. I think this is one of those topics that people really don't go into a lot about eBay. A lot of it, has to do with, some people say it's the YouTube effect or this and that. But, it is when you get down to the nuts and bolts of it, it's a supply and demand issue on eBay right now. It's a whole bunch of supply of some shit out there. And the demand is probably it's probably where it's always been. And I think for you to be successful on eBay, you need to really, really understand the supply and demand of the things of your niche, the things you're selling, because it's so many people that are, keep on pumping out. I don't know. Let's just go with Ralph Lauren polos, because that's the easiest thing.
Sure. Yeah.
They keep on throwing them out like it's still 2005. but the demand is probably the same, but the supply is here now. So people are still buying them, because if you look at the completed listings, it's thousands of them sold, a day, but it's 40, 50, 60, 70,000 lists.
Yeah.
But I think it's important that, if you're going to get into a niche, you need to understand the supply and demand. What do you think about that, Bill?
Yeah, I agree. You always need to know what your competition's doing online. You need to know where the market's at. I mean, that's all part of doing your due diligence, knowing where the market is at for your product. I mean, there may come a time where it's not in your best interest to sell that particular product anymore. Or it could be, hey, I need to ramp it up. The bottom line is and it always falls back to this. It seems like I repeat myself, but it all boils down to education.
Yeah.
Learn as much as you can. The more you learn, the more opportunity there is to develop a particular niche that other people aren't necessarily in or aren't aware of yet, or you're ahead of the learning curve with all these other people that aren't even in on the product that you're looking at selling, or the particular vintage item that's just now catching fire, those type of things. So I think a lot of that goes back to, hey, if things are flooded and you're constantly learning, then the best thing is to continue to learn and just challenge yourself to become a better picker. Become a better reseller. Up your game. I mean, that's what I try to do. Hey, if something's getting saturated over here, you know what? Hopefully I discovered that before it got too saturated that was going to happen. And then the next step is, hey, I need to learn some more stuff. Look at some other avenues, some other areas. And that's why we always talk about diversification. You don't necessarily just want to sell on Etsy or just want to sell on eBay. You want to be diversified. That way you can go to many different platforms, and you have those platforms available to you according to the knowledge that you're gaining. And the more knowledge you gain, the more opportunity there is.
Definitely. And that actually leads us into the next question, because I was going to go another direction, but with the research and knowledge, and Mike is going to really love this one, is understanding price points. I think that is a big issue with people. A lot of times people overvalue items or they undervalue items. But it's a sweet spot for every item on eBay. It's a sweet spot where you can sell it. If you figure out what it is, you know how long. If you got it at that price point, you'll know how long it will sell. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. For me, let's just take, for example, just a random jersey. Let's just say just a random champion jersey. I know that if I found a random champion jersey and I list it for $30, it will sell probably within 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? Just because that's, that price point, somebody will snatch it up. Now, if I'm trying to get, medium money, I will list it for $50, $60, that range. Now, if I'm trying to do the long tail, long hold for it, I'm putting it at the $100 range. Now, I know that because I've sold them for a while, and I know that if I find one and I need $30 for gas, and I list it, it'll sell within 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. People need to learn where their items fall into that range. Like, is it going to be a quick flip? You're going to have to wait a little bit, or you're going to hold out for that one buyer that's looking to pay the maximum price. And what do you think of that, Bill?
Yep. I agree exactly with what you said. With eBay, for example, checking the completed listings can give you an idea of how fast an item's selling. Is it selling rather frequently? You can get a quick flip out of it. If it's not selling frequently, it might be more of a long tail item. You set your price points accordingly. Here's the other thing. It depends on where you're at in your business model. Hey, if you got to pay a light bill, guess what? You got to do what you got to do. And if you have to fast turn that item, you have to fast turn that item. the more experience you get, the more of an understanding you'll have of price points. You'll be able to see, yeah, this, I know certain police scanners fall within a certain range. I know, a particular model number like a Pro 91 is going to fall, in about a $53 to $59 range if I'm willing to wait a few weeks. If I want to sell it fast, well, I can sell it fast for $30 and have my $30 tomorrow. But I know I'm undervaluing it. So you kind of learn the game as you go. But if you're just starting off, and Scott, maybe I'd like to get your thoughts on this, your price points. I mean, if you're just starting off with $300, my advice personally would be to quick flip the item, get your money and reinvest as fast as possible so you can build up your picking fund.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. If you have limited funds, let's say like I got $300, I'm just doing thrifting. I think you should take the fast nickel approach. I mean, a lot of people, like, you see people talking about eBay, that most of them are experienced sellers that don't mind sitting on an item for a while because they know the value of it. They already calculate the risk. They have fast, medium, slow moving things. Mm-hmm. So, so if you just have a few $100s to start with, you could flip stuff very, very, very quickly. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, yeah, you found a Robert Graham shirt. Yeah, you could sit on it and get $75 in a month or two. Or you could sell it for $30 tomorrow and take that $30 and go buy 7 more items. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, it's up to you how you really want to do it. But I think that the best approach for somebody that's brand new is the quickest flip thing. Don't buy nothing that you're gonna be sitting on for a million years. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just money tied up in the interwebs.
Yeah, and you can't afford to do that in the beginning. I mean, it could put you out of business rather quick. I mean, I know when I first started out, it was fast turns, to build up that fund quick. The more experienced I became and the more my funds, grew, I was then able to go ahead and go, okay, now I can do 20% long tail and I can do 80% fast turns. Yeah. And then it became, 60-40. So, and that's kind of where I keep it right now because, hey, fast turns, guys, fast turns pay the bills every month. So yeah, you've got to have a good mixture of those. You can't just totally focus on long tail, and you can't just, long term, you can't really just focus necessarily on fast turns either if your business is growing, because you're going to still have some opportunities for some long tail and building inventory. And you do in time want to build inventory if you really plan on growing. So.
Yeah, I agree. I see it was a comment made by Marlon CD said, I always list my items for top dollar. Once you get enough items in inventory, you'll constantly make a top dollar sale every day. If it took a few weeks, actually no big deal because you got too many items, something is always selling. Like, yeah, I do agree with that. To an extent, like I said, I wouldn't give that advice to someone that's like, hey, I lost my job and I'm trying to figure out how to do this. You know what I'm saying? I would tell them exactly like that. Like, yeah, eventually you can get to that point where all your things are priced where you want them. Mm-hmm. And if you got the money to wait on it. But if you are all your items, like I got this Robert Graham shirt and I'm not taking no less than $80 for it. Okay, you're going to wait for that $80 sale. Or you like, I got these Ralph Lauren shirts, so I'm not taking no less than $50. You're going to wait on those $50 sales. It's not going to be something overnight. And but I would advise, like, if you're brand new and like I need to get grocery money, I was the quick flips are, the way to go. Like I'm like the way you do it, Marlon. I do that. I know Bill, like he just said, that's how he do it. It's when you get to a certain point in your business, yeah, it's cool. You could do that. You can just hang out. Like, hey, I'm not taking no less than $100 for these jerseys. I'm sorry. I know they rare, blah, blah, blah. But, a year and a half, 2 years ago, it was more like, I need gas money. I need food money. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a different situation. But yeah, once you get to a certain point, and that's just you just have to build to that. But yeah,
absolutely.
That's a good comment too, Marcy. Thank you.
Yeah, good comment.
Going on to the next one is something that just grinds my gears with eBay sellers, and that is the level of customer service. Now, I see a lot of eBay sellers, and I don't know where they're getting their customers. You ever seen that? It's a restaurant in Chicago. I don't know anybody here from Chicago area. It's called Andy Bennett's, and it's like the servers are intentionally rude. It's a setup. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they rule. It's like it's the whole theme of the restaurant, and that's how I feel. Yeah, I said it wrong. That's it. Yeah, I forgot Jenny's from the area too, and they just rule. And it's a cool place, but that's how I feel about the service from eBay sellers. Like you have an issue, and the first thing they go is, "You're scamming me," or "What's your problem?" I described it right. You know what I'm saying? Yep. People need to learn. I think like it goes back to the presentation. Like if it's an issue, and you're running a business, just handle it business-like. Like, hey, I'm sorry, I apologize. What can I do to make it right? That's what you. I mean, I say that so many times. Like, I apologize. What do you want me to do to make it right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I always take care of it. I take the blame. I take 100% responsibility, no matter what the issue is, and I just vent elsewhere.
Right.
But I don't vent to the customers because that customer can be a return customer. You never know. You know what I'm saying? They might be like, dang, I did get this. It was messed up. This was crazy. But this guy or this girl, they handled it perfectly. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it might not have been 100% they fight. It might have been the postal service that screwed up.
Right.
And that happens a lot too. The postal service will screw up. The customer gets mad at you, and you did everything right. You shipped it out the same day. And for some reason, your priority box is doing the world tour. You shipped it from Indiana. It's supposed to go to California. Went to Maine, New York, Florida, Texas, right. Back to Maine. It just keeps going. It goes around the country. And the customer's pissed because it's been 15 days. And what can you do at this point? You know what I'm saying? So, you'd be like, what can I do to make it right? I apologize. I'm sorry, whatever. But, a lot of people miss that. They miss that chance to turn that negative into a positive. What do you think about that?
Yeah, they do. I see it. I see a lot of bad sellers. I mean, because we actually snipe stuff from eBay, and that's where we go and we'll buy things from eBay because we know we can sell them on Amazon FBA, for example, for high dollar. But when it comes to you, loose, not protected, not bagged, bubble wrapped, anything, just thrown into an envelope that's not even bubble wrapped, and it's just, flung your way through the post service, and it's not described and all those things. I mean, so there's a lot of shenanigans going on. So I have a little more patience with the eBay buyers in that a lot of them have probably had some bad experiences at some point. If you buy enough on eBay, you're going to have some bad experiences. So for me as a seller, it's my name, it's my reputation, it's my business name. And if I treat it as a business, I have to give them the benefit of the doubt. Have I been scammed? Yep. Mm-hmm. Have I had, product returned to me that wasn't even the same product? Yep. It happens in business. It happens at Target. It happens everywhere. I'm not excusing it away. It's irritating. It ticks me off. Hopefully, though, you're buying it at the right price points because of your education, that it's not going to kill you. I had this mint. I've shared this before. I had this mint waffle iron maker from like the early 60s, and it was a small size, compact, and not a scratch on it, right? And I sold it to some guy in New York. I got $60 some for it. And his message to me was, well, it was smaller than I thought it was, even though I had the measurements, did all the right things, so on and so forth. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm sorry about that. Sorry you weren't happy with it. Shoot it back to me and I'll take care of you. You know what? It came back to me like it went down 10 flights of stairs. I mean, it was destroyed. The plastic handle busted off. I mean, the top was pulling apart and everything. And it was the same one. I mean, it just got destroyed. And here's the funny thing is it came to me in a box that was perfectly packed. So I know it didn't happen through, the post office. But anyway, hey, could I get upset? Could I yell and scream at him? Yeah, but what good does it do? I mean, at the end of the day, guys, gals, what good does that do? It does no good whatsoever. You know what? Write it off as a business loss, right?
Yep.
And move on. Move on. Don't let it ruin your day. Don't let it get you down the dumps. Don't let it prohibit you from listing 10 more items that day. Move on. Which also goes to the next point is make sure that you're keeping reserved funds at all times. You never know when you're going to get that return. It can happen 3-4 months down the road, 6 months down the road. Please, if you get anything out of this too with returns, make sure you have capital set aside for those instances, because if they haven't happened to you yet, they will, and you just want to be prepared for it. But my advice, Scott, is just be professional. It's your business. Treat it like a business. Be professional at all times. And I know it's tempting at times to not, but just do it. It goes a long way in the long run. And I've had people that I thought were scammers that ended up buying a high dollar item from me months later because I took care of them. And it ended up being a good deal. And I made hundreds. So you just don't know the full story.
And you know what? This is the people that have problem. Like they see something, they get instantly mad, and they want to type out stuff. Do this. This is what I do because I'm that person. I have templates that I cut. I keep them on my desktop. It's a cut and paste for each situation. Like I really do apologize, sir / ma'am. How can I make it right? And I cut and paste that into the messages because I am that type of person that will get pissed. Like I know this dude is scamming me, so I just cut and paste. I have cut and paste messages that I send to people already prepared.
Then Scott sends me a message.
Yeah, that's why I cut and paste messages because I am that person that will just go off the handle about stuff. Because I mean, I feel like I do good. I take I do good pictures, my description. When I do clothes, I do all the measurements. And it's when the items I describe it well. So I do the canned response like I'm at the call bank because I will go crazy.
That's a great tip.
So if you're that person, use the template. Just type out one a night, save it on your hard drive, put it in caps, be like returns, asshole return, reply. Put it so you'll feel good about it.
That's right. Great tip.
And on to that, I want to talk about like the return policies on eBay. Now, I know a lot of people put in there, they be like, no returns. No, I don't accept returns, blah, blah, blah. I think you are hindering yourself to a certain extent. I think if people think that if you opt into eBay's, no hassle returns, that you are hurting your business. Like you're just allowing people to just willy-nilly return shit to you. They can do that anyway. You know what I'm saying? They don't really need to know hassle return policy, because this is how I feel about it. If I get something right and it's bad, right? And I ask questions and it's good. Now they don't accept returns. So now I have to deal with them. Oh no, you didn't get it. Because it automatically goes into, oh, it's not right. This one dude told me, I asked him the condition. He said it was excellent. I got it. I said, dude, this thing is barely good. He was like, well, conditions are just semantics. That's what he typed. That's what he messaged me.
Wow.
So this is the type of person I was dealing with. So I have to wait, escalate the case to eBay, wait for eBay to say, yeah, I'm going to get my return. Then have to mail it back to him, have to wait. And then of course, he's going to wait the 6 days. Yeah. Have to get it to refund just to be that guy. So I'm like, when you have a customer that, you know, they truly got something that isn't to their expectations, and they have to go through the whole circle of dealing with returns with you, and you won't accept it. You like, no, I'm right, blah, blah, blah. And then that, to me, it's a negative feedback. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at it like this. It's wasting my money because I'm waiting like 3 weeks to get my money back and my time. Mm-hmm. And if you're an entrepreneur, those are the 2 most valuable things you have going. Time, money. And if those both things get wasted by one person, that just drives me crazy. Now, and I just think that if you're going to be selling on eBay, like if you're going to be running like a business, like we always talk about running like a business, you should accept returns. If you're worried about people returning stuff all the time, then you are in the wrong business because returns are going to happen. Yep. Returns are always going to happen. It's the nature of the beast for retail. The way you can avoid it is by, you do everything you need to do on your end, right? And if it's still a return, it's going to be a return anyway. Yep. What do you think about that, Bill?
Yeah, I just say, take care of it and be done with it. Don't dork around. Don't waste time. If someone requests a return, take care of it. If there's no other way to resolve it, where, maybe there was a part missing or something, and they're willing to, take $15 off the price, refund them $15 or something like that. Hey, it's just going to be a return. If that doesn't work out, and just return it and be done with it and move on, and hopefully you can resell the item. There's nothing worse than wasting a bunch of time on it, adding drama, all that stuff. They're getting upset with you. You're getting upset with them. Who's got time for that? If you're running a business, hey, what do they do at the checkout? Okay, yep, here we go. No questions asked. Boom. I do the 14-day return policy. You can say all day long that, yeah, I'm not going to accept returns on eBay. Well, guess what? You're going to accept returns because that's the way eBay works. So you might as well give some sort of return policy, and it gives the buyer that comfort, right? They got to have that comfort, and move on from there. You're just going to get returns. You do this enough, you do enough volume, you're going to get returns. Get used to it. And now, if you're getting more returns than sales, then you're doing something wrong. Okay,
that is something wrong.
You need to come talk to one of us, all right? Because you're doing something wrong. But exactly. I just thought I'd throw that in there.
and one more one. Stop! Don't take returns so damn personal. Yeah. It's not about you. This person don't know you. They don't. All they looking at is the product. Don't take it so personal. It's not a personal attack on you, your character, your family, or whatever. It's just, a lot of times, I would say 9.9 times out of 10, the person is just not happy with the product. Yeah. They're not trying to scam. It ain't because they dislike you. They don't like you. They ain't trying to. It ain't none of that. It's just they just not happy with what they got. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So take it like that, get it, move on, resell it, write it off, move on to the next one. Just keep it moving. That's the best. That's the best advice. Yes, it is. And that actually goes into the next one. We were saying it is like running your eBay like a business from the beginning. Now we talked about that at length about Amazon. And I said a little bit at the beginning that eBay is like the plug and play of e-commerce. Like you can easily get on eBay and start selling, with your phone, on your PC, on your tablets, any way you got connected to the internet. You can take a picture and list stuff to sell. But it's a difference between people that do that and the people that are just running it like a business. And that's how from the beginning, you have to do that. You have to be like, okay, this is my business model. This is my acceptable profits. This is the money I'm setting aside for returns. This is what I'm going to do every week, blah, 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 blah. And when you run it like a business, things like returns or, customer questions or whatever's going on in eBay's world, I mean, it won't even bother you because you're running it like a business. It's just like you're an octopus and it's just one of the tentacles.
Yep.
In your empire. That's all it really is, So what do you think, man?
Yeah. Again, when you're starting off, have that business mindset. And, if you're running it like a business, you're saving money like a business, you're revolving money back into the business. And hey, returns is part of that. And, and I understand and I'm talking to the new people, when you're first new, you're kind of scared. Am I going to get that return? I just sold $100 item. Am I going to get that return? I would hang on to that money for a little while and just make sure that you don't, shortchange yourself by running out and buying stuff and then getting the return. But you shouldn't be scared of it. When I first started, I was kind of like, I'm getting hot and heavy into this business and I'm looking at my phone. Every time I got an eBay message, I was scared. Oh, am I getting a return? Oh, it's the dreaded diddling or whatever it is, right? So, am I getting a return? Don't worry about that. I mean, it's going to happen whether it happens that day or not. It's just going to end up happening. So just go about your business and keep working your business and handle it accordingly when it comes your way. But it's nothing to be scared of. It's nothing to be fretful of and always worried, my next return's right around the corner. It's just all a part of it,
Yep, definitely. It's all a part of running a business. Well, we only got 2 more to go, Ben,
wow,
and it's 9:40. 9:45. Wow, dude. All right. I'm gonna jump to. Okay, let's talk about shipping right now.
Yeah.
Okay, shipping. Let's talk about shipping charges or shipping in general. I think this is probably one of the biggest debate. I think it's 2 sides of the same coin now. Free shipping, people that charge for shipping. I think that if you charge realistic shipping for your items, that people will still buy. They won't even look at the shipping. You know what I'm saying? Let's say it's for something easy, a shirt, right? You selling a shirt and you're charging $9.99 for shipping, right? So the average person would be like, well, why does it cost $10 to ship something like that across the country?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So they're looking at their shipping charge, and they're adding that into your, the buy price. So they're less likely to look at something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at I'm thinking about like how I process when I look at auctions. Like I'll see something and I'll be like, why are they charging $15 for shipping for this? It doesn't even make sense.
Right.
So I'll skip something like that, and I'll look for stuff that people charge realistic shipping prices. Yeah, you should. Your shipping and handling should be in your shipping, right? Because shipping supplies aren't free. People understand that. Excuse me, but you shouldn't gouge on the shipping. I think when you gouge on the shipping, it goes back into your presentation, and it takes away from the overall product. And the experience the buyer is going to have. Like a buyer would less likely come back to you if you're charging $10 to ship a shirt, or $40 to ship, something that you could put in a flat rate, flat rate mailer. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then the same thing with free shipping. If you're going to do free shipping, put the charges into the price. You know what I'm saying? It goes both ways because you cheat yourself. I see that on the other end of the spectrum. I see people like $9.99 free shipping on jeans. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
What are you doing? What do you think of that, Bill?
Well, shenanigans.
Definitely shenanigans.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys exactly what I do. And again, by no means am I telling you this is what you have to do or anything like that. This is what I do. 13 ounces or less, free shipping. And everything else, I use eBay's calculated shipping. Now, mind you, I deal with vintage. I ship out vintage typewriters that have weight. When I first started in this business, I made some critical mistakes initially. And that was, oh, okay, well, this typewriter, I think it'll be about $25 to ship it. The problem was I didn't know who was going to buy it. Is it going to be 90210? I live in Michigan. Is it going to go to 90210 in California, or is it going to go over here to Maryland? Because there's a massive difference. You know, you're talking $20 over here. I'll make $5 on it. You're talking 50 some dollars over here. I lose $25. So for me and my business model, I had to go with calculated shipping. And what the calculated shipping is, hey, you take it, you box it up, you weigh it, and you figure out the shipping and the weight and the dimensions, and you put that inside your eBay listing when you're doing the calculated part for estimated. And therefore, when a potential buyer in California sees the listing, they'll see calculated, and it automatically calculates it out for them. So they know their shipping is going to be $59 to have it go to them. And they gladly pay it, guys. Because, hey, if they're a collector of that vintage typewriter, they gladly pay it. And typically what I do is I will bump that up like about a pound, 15 ounces to 2 pounds, 15 ounces, just to cover anything like extra packing material and stuff like that. And guys, I have a 5-star DSR rating on my shipping. So using that calculated shipping, they look at that and they go, okay, this is what eBay is calculating my shipping to be. It's not like I'm calculating it per se. They don't really know that. And generally, guys, you use calculated shipping, you know what else is going to happen? Because you get that eBay discount for your shipping, you're going to make money on shipping. And there's nothing wrong with that because, hey, as a top-rated seller, I've earned that. You know, I've worked my butt off. I earned that shipping discount through eBay and the USPS. So I actually will make money on that shipping. And you don't have to go around and refund people when you make money on their shipping. Target doesn't do it. Toys R Us doesn't do it. Sears doesn't do it. Myers doesn't do it when they ship product out to people. And neither does Amazon when they ship product out to people. Okay? So all these people that say, oh, well, you should refund the buyer, you should do all this stuff. No, that's all part of your business model. So there's my little tip. Heavy items, I use that calculated shipping. 13 ounces or less. First class, I offer free shipping. So that's just my model. Now, different strokes for different folks, right?
Yep. Well, me, I sell I sell a lot of jerseys and stuff. And I use the padded flat rate mailer, which with the discount is $5.35. But I'll bump it up to like $5.75, $5.85 because I have to take into account my labels and my ink. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's my handling because I'm getting the mailers for free, but my labels cost money and my ink costs money. So I figure that in, and I don't think a 50-cent handling fee is gouging.
No,
that's part of my cost of doing business. You know what I'm saying? You're getting something for a good deal, and the shipping is, you're going to get it in a decent amount of time. I save money because I don't have to buy a bunch of poly mailers. Yep. People like priority because it gets to them pretty quicker than, first class. So that's how I do it, and I prefer that. You know what I'm saying? I hate the gouging on the shipping. Come on, folks. It's not 2002 no more.
Yeah.
Stop trying to make money on shipping.
Yeah, because I see people just charging shipping, $60 to ship an item, and it's going across state line.
Exactly.
You're going to get in trouble doing that. So, do what Scott said or use the calculated shipping. Those are the best ways to go. Let me say this. Pack things properly. Don't take shortcuts.
Definitely.
Don't, use the appropriate amount of bubble wrap, dunnage, whatever it is you do, protect the corners, just take your time and really do a good job. It saves you in the end. And, if you saw the feedback I get, customers love how fast it gets to them. And also, man, you need to teach, I've literally got this. You need to teach other people how to ship stuff because I've never had my stuff arrive packed that well. And that's, not that I'm great or anything like that. That's just the impression that you want them to have because you know what? They will seek you out again. Man, I'll pay a little bit more to have my item arrive on time and in perfect condition, so it goes a long way, folks. It really does.
Definitely. It goes back to the whole thing about presentation. I mean, you have to, that's the last thing that the customer will get. Like most people think eBay customers just want their shit fast. But you want it fast, you want to deliver. I look at all the things when I get it. Like I get something in. Like I said, I recently got some in. It was in an Aldi's bag with tape with brown paper around it, and then taped in a circle. I mean, a spear, like that. And that's how it came to my house. And it was so ridiculous that the mailman just left it on my porch. He was I guess he looked at it. It was like, this ain't gonna fit in the mailbox. I'm just gonna sit it on the porch. Yeah. So I was like, I get this. I didn't even know what it was. I was like, what the hell is this? I didn't order no glow.
Do you open it? Do you open it or kick it? What do you
open it up? And it was 4 NES games.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And I was just like, Christ, dude. Some people, it's just like, so it's the presentation. I will never order things from that person again. They're on my block list. I don't literally block them, but I won't order from them again if I see their names come up because I see that they don't care about how they get their stuff to their customers. So,
hey, you get a rotten hamburger from a restaurant, you're not going to go back. It's just the way it is.
Definitely not going to go back. All right, and here is the last one. I didn't mean for it to be last, but it's just the way the conversation flows. You got to go with the flow, right?
That's right. You go with the flow.
And this is what I'm talking about using social media. Yeah. And I think using social media with eBay is very important. Okay, because you're in a sea. You're like a guppy in the Pacific Ocean when it comes to sellers. Mm-hmm. And you got to get your stuff noticed, right? If you have a niche, if you're selling, vintage stuff or certain specific things, you're not like in the super flow. Like how Amazon is a product page and everybody's on that page for sale, but everybody on eBay has a page basically. So social media gives it a way to stand out. And I mean, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, this Blab, YouTube, whatever platform you're using, you need to use it to promote yourself, and whatever you're selling. And I think it's very important for, like I said, with niches, because you want that person to see that you have that item for sale. It might be somebody that watches a Pinterest board. If you pin, a typewriter you have for sale, but they're like, holy shit, I've been waiting for this typewriter. Mm-hmm. Where is it at? Take my money, please. Yep. What do you think about the social media aspect, Bill?
Yeah. Social media is important. It's more important now than ever. 3 years ago, not quite as important. 5 years ago, not really that important. But it would have been nice to be doing it back then, for sure. But now it's critical. You got to separate yourselves, from the other dogs in the race. And, one way to do that is social media. Like you said, Pinterest, Instagram's another one. Obviously Twitter, Facebook, Sue, whatever platforms that you're on, utilize those platforms to drive traffic. YouTube, you can make a YouTube video about a particular product that you have for sale, whatever, be creative. I mean, that's the other thing. Be creative. Use hashtags. all that stuff. There's a guy in our group. And I don't know if Jay's in here now. I don't see him. Jay Noggle, social media guy, big into it, willing to help people out. If you ever see him floating around, he's a guy to seek out. He'll help you out. So take advantage of all those things. And here's the other thing, budgeting your time to do that. What you don't want to do is spend all day on social media.
Definitely.
A major distraction. You know how it is, guys. Facebook, what turns into 5 minutes or 10 minutes turns into 2.5, 3 hours, right? So you got to be very careful of that. I know one of the strategies I use is, for example, I'll take 30 minutes out of my day. I'll focus on some social media stuff. When my timer goes off, I'm done with it. Okay, then I'm on to the next thing, listing, or if I got to go out in the field, I go out in the field. But whatever it is, try to schedule your time so that you don't get caught up and all of a sudden you're going, oh my gosh, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Now what? Right? Half your day's wasted away from dorking around and not being precise with what you're doing. So let me just encourage you, when you get involved in social media, make sure you schedule your time out, be precise, and then move on.
Definitely. Because like Bill said, it can be a time sink. You could be doing so much social media with your business that's all you're doing.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, I should be sourcing or listing or, a lot of, because eBay is time consuming.
Yep.
It's a different animal than Amazon. eBay, it takes more time out of your day, and you really have to be good with time management to be successful at eBay. Especially once you start getting into larger amount of items. So say you have, I don't know, maybe the bigger you get, the easier it gets. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the bigger you get, the more systems you have. Maybe that's backwards. I think the challenges is when it's small. When it's you by yourself trying to juggle 300 lists. Because I think once you get to 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 listings, even 1,000 and up, you have a system in place where it's either you or maybe you have somebody helping you, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the issues come from 0 to 500.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the most issues that people have with eBay is like they have 300 or 400 listings and they like, I don't know what this stuff is in my house. There's shit everywhere. I gotta do these listings. I have 4 sales. I don't know what this stuff is at. I'm going crazy.
Right. Hey, you know what? Since you mentioned that, what system do you utilize for kind of organizing your eBay stuff, for example? Since we're on the whole eBay topic, do you have a particular system, Scott, that you use that might benefit some of the watchers today?
Yeah. And we somebody asked us that yesterday, Bill. We were talking about that on the YouTube show. When I had a big store, I used a code, right?
Yeah.
And my code was coordinated to a bin. Mm-hmm. And after I sold all clothing. As soon as I took the picture and did the measurements, it went in a poly bag, the number on it, and the number went into a bin. Mm-hmm. And that number I put that in the listing. So when it's sold, I knew exactly where to go, where to go. And I didn't have a system. Like I kind of, like with Mike, my system was everything was piled up into many bins, and I was searching through clubs like this. And then I asked Mike. It was like Mike. I was talking to Mike when I was like, "Dude, I need to organize." And Mike has this whole elaborate system. You know what I'm saying? That's like dated and color coded and all kind of shelving system. I'm not doing that. That took, you know what I'm saying? I took a portion of his system and it works for me. Mm-hmm. Well, I do bag everything and put it away as soon as I list.
Yeah.
And it just goes into a bin with the number, And I think if you have some type of coding system like that where it's in a specific place, in your house, just in that place, mm-hmm. and you can go to it quickly. That's how you have to do it. because just having your shit piled into a corner is a nightmare. And I've been there. And I'm not ever going back there again. ever. But it's important. It's important that when you have a large amount of items on eBay, you stay organized because it can quickly get out of hand. And you don't even need and I'm talking about even going into the 500. Think about that. 500 items of clothing in your house. That's a lot of clothes.
It's a lot.
That is a lot of clothes. If you have 500 widgets, anything that amount of number, and it's in your house, that is a lot of something extra in your house. And you got kids, you got a wife, you got people coming in and out, family members, whatever. You need to have your stuff in a place where, let's say you get sick, God forbid, any of us get sick, that somebody could come in and you could be like, oh, you laying around, you're like, oh, go to 32A, and they'll be able to find your stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You want it to be in a simple way that if you got sick or something happens to you, that somebody could run your eBay for you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be like, go search that pile over there in the corner. I'm sure that shirt's there. They're going to be like, man, this shit is ridiculous. I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like Mike said, pick for profit in the comments. Systems are key. They absolutely are. I was fortunate enough when I first started. I'm kind of anal about organization. So I had a system initially where I numbered every single item, and that was part of my description. If it was a clothing item, it had a C in front of it, and then it also had a bin. And so, I knew it was in this bin and it would be this number, and it just makes it so simple. And I already have a pre-weighed, so I write the weight on it and then just stick, when I go to print off my label, stick the label over the weight amount. So I already had everything pre-weighed, put in, its particular area, and I could literally just grab it and do the label and go. And I'm glad I did that when I first started off. Wow, this thing's crazy. I do need to turn that. Sorry, I need to turn that down, guys.
Banging tonight.
So that's just what I did just from the beginning, and it was that whole business mindset. If I'm faithful, when I have just the little things, I'll get into good habits, and it just kind of went from there. So I was just fortunate from ahead and kind of do that right away.
Yeah, Bill, you're lucky.
Because I tell you what, and then I'd see guys like William Stoner with these mound piles in the background in some of the Google Hangouts. William Stoner's another reseller from way back, and he just had piles, and I'm like,
he sits in his garage with the piles of shit is just swaying back and forth, about to fall over on him. It's just like, shh.
Yeah. And he's still able to somehow pull something out, to show you. And it's like, how did he know where to grab it? It's just funny. So learn from some of our mistakes and stuff. And Stoner. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And, be organized right from the get-go. Just like Scott says, treat it like a business. If you do that initially, set up those systems, it will help you. Yeah.
If you stay organized straight from the beginning, you'll be golden. Because it'll just be ingrained in you to stay organized the whole time. If it can get out of hand quickly. If you're doing clothing, small stuff, like if you're doing like small toys or little small widgets, you start buying it can just take over. And next thing you know, you got shit everywhere. So you start right at the beginning, like I'm going to put this here, that there. I think that's one of the first steps you need to really look at when you start doing eBay. Like people a lot of people say you need to get this, get that. I think your essentials is a scale, a printer, and some maybe some totes. Organizational skills. 3 things you need: scale, a printer, organizational skills, and then golden, and of course inventory, stuff like that. Well, we got through all of. Actually, Bill, we got done way before 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we added that other one in there, at the end. And I know that there was I think someone mentioned a question, and forgive me, I saw it back a little while ago, but it was on the topic, Scott, of what is it that we say we do when we're around friends and family, and they ask. When they ask Scott Hightower, what is it, Scott, that you do for a living? Because I honestly think you must be a drug dealer or something. You must be doing some illegal activity or something.
Well, my wife's parents still think that. So no matter what I say, they're like, it ain't no way. No. But yeah, I mean, when I first was doing it, it's kind of hard to explain to the layman, like, what do you do? Like, I buy and sell stuff on Amazon and eBay. Like, what is that? What do you mean? You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's like anything else, that's exactly what you do. I mean, you can't sugarcoat it. I don't say, well, I don't be like, well, I'm I don't know, a distributor or no crazy shit like that, Right. I just say, I buy and sell on Amazon and eBay, what I'm saying? And I think I'm pretty successful at it. I mean, I started from nothing, from the bottom, what I'm saying, and I was able to grow it into something I think is pretty successful. I'm not, say import export. That's what I was trying to think of. Vandalay Industries, import export. That's so funny that you typed that. I was trying to think of that, but I didn't want to keep going. Oh man. Yeah, I opened up the seat. If you want to see Tyler, you want to jump in? Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, Tyler, come on in.
But it's crazy because people ask and they don't understand, and then it goes into another conversation. But it's fine. I don't mind telling people what I do because I make money doing it,
right?
And I make decent money doing it. And for my area, the area I live in, which is another point. Like when you're saying what you do, I think that the money aspect of it, I mean, I love what I do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind telling people. So I'm not ashamed of that at all. What's up, Tyler?
Hey guys, how we doing?
Going on, brother? Tyler on Blab for the first time.
I know. I just finished up doing some boxes for FBA that I have to take in tomorrow morning. So
nice.
Exactly.
11 boxes. So had to finish that out.
Cool, man.
That's great, man.
She said, "How long have you?" I've been full time, almost 3 years full time. Reselling, I've been technically reselling since like 98, 99. So yeah, it's full time in the last 2.5 years. So I mean, it's pretty decent. It's mosquitoes. It's pretty decent, and it's I like it. I'm sure I know Tyler likes it. No, Bill likes it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great way to make money. You have fun. You have lots of free time. So I enjoy it. You said, any tips for newbies? Yeah, we just gave her like 11. No, I mean, like, I don't know, like one of the ones you said, sell what you know. You know what I'm saying? Just sell what you know. Like, that's something I would tell people. Like when they say, what should I sell? What should I do? What should I do this? What should I do that? I always be like, sell what you know first, because that's how you'll be the most successful, when you start with the things that you enjoy first. I love toys, 80s toys, and and I love selling them, and I love finding them. Hard time selling them sometimes, but I enjoy finding them. Very hard selling them, but I do enjoy finding them. So start with
Now, Scott, now, do you play with these toys? I'm sure everyone's dying to know, when you get that toy from the garage sale, are you taking it home and are you caressing it? Are you playing with it? Are you that excited about that toy? And then how do you decide to sell it?
It depends. If it's a Transformer, yes, I'm going to play with it for a little bit. If it's a Transformer like that, yes.
Yeah.
If it's a G.I. Joe, I'll just like look at it like, awesome. I love G.I. Joes, you know. I mean, I can't go back to like 84, you know, where I'm have a whole thing going on. But Transformers, yes. I would definitely play with a Transformer. I'll transform it, play with it, you know, look at it, you know, stuff like that. And then definitely. I see Jenny asked the question. What did Jenny where'd it go? Said, what platforms do you sell on and which is your favorite? I sell on eBay and Amazon. And favorite, I mean, I love the money I get from Amazon. I do. I mean, does that make it my favorite? I mean, I like eBay because eBay is like I equal eBay is like if I was a bartender, right? And I was like, oh, I got to pick up a shift and for me to bartend so I could make like $50. That's how eBay is for me now. I know I can go to eBay when I need cash. Like eBay is my cash cow.
Mm-hmm.
Quick cash, instantly.
Yeah.
Amazon is a job. To be honest with you, Amazon is like work. It's like research and I mean, once you get to that, it's once it gets to Amazon, it's over with. But the work is in the buy with Amazon.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of work, a lot of research, a lot of money that goes into Amazon. It just feels like a job. But eBay is fun. I get to go to thrift stores and all that stuff, and it's fun. I like it. What do you think, Bill?
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
You know, if you're talking platform, my favorite probably is Amazon FBA as far as platform, in that I can just send the stuff and it's gone, not have to concern myself really much with it. However, since I'm into vintage and all those things, I really like the eBay, Etsy side of things. It's hard for me to nail down just exactly what my favorite platform is. Local network is probably my most favorite, though. Above all the sexiness of the online stuff, the local game is still for me where it's at when it comes to making money quick. So that's kind of a vague answer. I know. I can't just pick one. I know it.
Tyler sells on everything.
How about you, Tyler?
Tyler has a huge eBay store. He has a huge Etsy store. He has a huge Amazon store. But I want to know, what is your favorite, Tyler?
I would probably have to say eBay right now, because I really like eBay for the vintage and retro stuff, but then I also like it for being able to source products for my other platforms. Like I do that every day. I'm always looking for new things on there, and I'm sniping stuff. I sniped some stuff today. And it's just a great platform to be able to sell and buy on at the same time, to where I can provide products for my other platforms, and I don't even leave the comfort of my own home. I can do everything from my phone. So if I'm just sitting there bored for a minute, I'll flip on the phone and go and snipe something. So
definitely. Yeah, I mean, I like eBay. I mean, I do love Amazon. I love the platform because it's like a money machine, dude. But eBay it's like a love-hate relationship. You know, it's like eBay is like the 7th grade girl, the first girl you kissed, and you just always have a special place in your heart for her. Y'all kissed the 7th grade at the sock hop. And you always remember her. That's how I feel about eBay.
I mean, the beautiful thing about all these platforms is they all have their place,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they all have their uniqueness. They all have ways that you can niche and make money. And, you could, hey, like Tyler said, you could source from one and move product to the other. You can source from Amazon and move product to eBay. It's a little more difficult, but you can do it if you know what you're doing. So there's opportunities everywhere, and that's why we talk a lot about diversity. Be diversified in your business. Have a lot of platforms that you utilize and that you sell on. And Mike Franco, Pick for Profit, he does his own e-commerce sites. So I mean, that's a whole nother avenue. So it's kind of like Scott said, the whole octopus thing. There's more tentacles, more and more and more tentacles out there that you can make money at. And hey, eBay's kicking it, Amazon FBA's kicking it, Etsy's doing okay, the local game's semi okay, but you're getting all this income from everywhere. And then all of a sudden the local game takes off and Etsy's doing really good and eBay's in the crap hole, and Amazon FBA is doing well. So the more diversified you are, the more you protect yourself in this business. And of course, the more diversified you are, the more you're learning and the more your knowledge base expands, which ultimately helps you make more money.
Definitely.
So I hope that makes sense, everyone.
And we have another question from Life of a Trucker. It says, I have a bunch of junk I bought, a bunch of $1 or $2 items I thought would be worth something. They're not. It says, should I donate them all back and write them off on taxes, or just throw them in the garbage? This is a quick one. I know I can answer this as quick. If it's a bad buy, just don't. I mean, I would, if it was something that you don't have a lot of money and you can make a lot of money on it, I would donate it and write it off. That's me personally. I mean, you could donate it off. You could write it off as a loss. I mean, that goes back to like you already know what to like. You know what to do. You already got the business acumen for it. You know what I'm saying? Some people just like, I don't know what to do. Yeah, if you got to make a bad buy, just write it off. It's part of doing business. We all make mistakes. We all buy stupid shit, and it happens from time to time. So just go ahead and do that. Okay. Next one is from. Wait, are we lagging? Is that Bill?
I don't know.
I think Bill is lagging. Are you lagging, Tyler?
No, I don't think so.
I think that's just Bill lagging. All right, we have Bill refresh.
Did you see that question in there, Scott, about doing buy it now or auction?
No, but yeah, we got to do that. Hit that one real quick. Personally, I don't use auctions as much as I used to. I think auctions is a special place for auctions now. Auctions are more. I think if you can use them like as a marketing tool to draw interest into your store, or you got something that's rare or hot, you can get an auction up. But I think buy it now best offer is like the sweet spot for eBay right now. I mean, people still love auctions, don't get me wrong, but I think the buy it now best offer is a good way to go. What do you think, Tyler? I know you do it.
Yeah, I've done a little bit of everything, and I think especially for the products that I sell on eBay, buy it now or best offer is the best way to go for the products I have. I do run auctions every once in a great while, but it's just like you said, for specific items, ones that I think will have a lot of watchers and get people in a bidding war, and it'll actually drive the price higher than the actual market value.
Yep, of course. Saw another question. It was it said any perks from Merchant Pro account versus regular. Are you asking David? Is David still in here? Are you asking about Amazon Merchant, like the Pro for Merchant, or that? If he's still in here. Wait, am I lagging?
I don't know what's going on.
It's getting extra laggy in here. I think it's Bill. Something going on with Bill. He froze again, bro.
Probably
I thought it was
storm out there, and it's moving toward me, so I'll be lagging in about 35 minutes.
like, oh, be lagging, bro. First, Jim Mill, like, thank you for jumping in. Yeah, you have a good night. Thank you for stopping in tonight. Bill, you got to reset. But I think that question was about the pro merchant account versus the regular FBA selling.
Like regular, the professional one.
Yeah, I think that's what he was asking about, the difference between that. I think that if you jumping into Amazon FBA, I think it is beneficial to just get the pro account. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead. I think the first 30 days is free anyway, right? I think it's free for the first month, and that'll give you ample time to get a shipment in and see if it's for you. You know, instead of paying, I think, what is it? It's 99 cents a listing, and I think stuff is it 99? I know Joseph would know this. Is it 99 cents a listing, and in some categories it's gated when you don't have a pro account?
I think when you like have a sale, it's like an extra $1.
Oh yeah, I know it's like all kind of crazy fees. So I mean, if you get the pro account and it's free for a month, get that. Yeah, I know some stuff crazy. So yes, I would just if you serious about it and you be like, yeah, I want to ship. I'm shipping in all this stuff. Yeah, go ahead and go with the pro account.
Yeah,
Bill, storming by you. What's going on, man?
Is it better, or am I having problems still?
No, he was just lagging that time. I don't know. You seem like you. I don't know. I can't tell if you lagging or not.
You'll know if I sound like Megatron.
Megatron. But yeah, we were just talking about the difference between pro and merchant account. Talking through a fan. He thought you were talking through a fan.
Okay.
I don't know. I think you're still lagging, bro.
Yeah. I was checking the radar to see if there's any storms over by him, but I don't see anything. Probably got raccoons like climbing up his tower or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, this is something we were like. I'm glad everybody came in, and I do really appreciate it. We're gonna be doing like we did the one about FBA last week, and it went pretty well. So I thought we'd do one about eBay tonight, and like I said, open it up, do a little questions and stuff, and do that tomorrow. We're gonna be talking about just in general with Amazon and eBay. We're gonna be talking about ROI and profit margins and business plans and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
All that fun stuff.
Yeah, especially getting up to the fourth quarter when, when you hit that race to the bottom and the profit margins and everything and how that's going to affect everything. So,
yeah, I think it's a timely conversation because I think this year is going to be way more people selling. And it's a lot of people aren't financially savvy as far as knowing what it is. They have a good business sense, but maybe they don't get all the stuff. And I'm not saying I'm not a financial wizard. I went to school. I got my degree in human resource management. So I took an accounting class and a finance class, and that was it. So that's my extent of my financial management knowledge. But I do read a lot, and I have a Kindle. And and reading and knowledge is power. And so, and it's that I thought it'd be a good topic because I see a lot of people misuse terms, stuff like that. They maybe they don't understand completely what it is, or what exactly ROI is, what exactly profit margins are, and making a business plan. Saying that is important. Because sit down and because we talk a lot about what's your business model. It doesn't fit into my business model, and so just break that down and what that actually means. You know what I'm saying? Like my business model will be different than what Tyler and different what Bill is, because we all have different situations. I mean, at the end of the day, we all want to make money, but we all have different ways to get there.
Yep.
So I think that would be a good topic, talking about business plans, because if you want to go do a legit business, most banks would be like, I need a 5-year business plan.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They want to see where you're going to be today, when are you going to start taking a salary, what are you going to do, expansion stuff. They want to see your whole, from you walking in, from you decided you want to make a business to where you're going to be in 5 years. And I think you should maybe not that in depth with what you're doing, but you need to have a model of how you want to run your business. And I think we've been talking a lot about running like a business. Now we're going to really talk about how to run your eBay and FBA like a business, right?
Yep.
Tyler, you got to get in here tomorrow.
Okay.
Because I think because Tyler runs, he got huge stuff everywhere. So I think your business model would be lovely to talk about.
Yeah. Especially since I'm a one-man operation.
Yeah, he's a one-man show with a big eBay store, a big Etsy store.
You see, like my inventory behind me.
What I'm saying? I think it'd be good to really for people to hear how Tyler processes stuff and how he processes, how he goes about his business plan, what he likes to keep his margins at, because a lot of us are just one-man shows, we're just one-man shows. We might get help from family and pay somebody a couple bucks to help us on the side or whatever, but once you want to really make money, you have to have a plan. So that's tomorrow, Bill. I'm not no rapid fire for you tomorrow night, Bill. You get a break.
Wow. Okay.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna do it every Tuesday. Every Tuesday is gonna be rapid fire featuring the Northern Picker. We're gonna have you in the hot seat. I gotta think of a good topic for next week though. But it's gonna be rapid fire featuring the Northern Picker. Well, all right, we've been on like an hour and a half. I do appreciate everybody that stuck around. We will be on. We do come on a few nights a week. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. We have a question. Almost missed it. From Marlon T. He said, I got ungated for food and grocery. I found some good chocolate items, but they can't be sent in until the 30th of September per FBA rules. Is that when the candy race to the bottom start, or is that price stable? Grocery is a finicky woman. That's how I can say. I've been doing groceries. I started with groceries. I was big in groceries when I first started. Wow. The chocolate, the prices are very volatile in the grocery markets. I know I would tell you that. Mike is he's to be the grocery get in, get out. He just said get in quick. I was just gonna say he the get in, get out dude in groceries. He gets in, he gets out quickly. And that's how you have to be with groceries. Groceries is definitely not a long haul business. Way I do good with stuff is seasonal stuff. I don't know. Have you ever messed with that, Bill, with the groceries? A
little bit.
Yeah, like right after Halloween, that's the specialty candy. And like the real money time on groceries, to be honest with you, is right after Christmas. right. Like I'm talking about, you have to get in and get out as quickly as possible. I mean, you have to be at Walmart on the 26th and buy all of the fucking Hershey peppermints and send those into Amazon that day, and then be done with it. You know what I'm saying? Because groceries day it's so volatile. Like I've told my Oreo story.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be Lamborghini.
I've told my Oreo
you really
story,
do.
And groceries, you'll get the shiny object syndrome with groceries because you'll scan something and it'll be like, what? Are you telling me this is selling for that? Yeah, it is selling for that, but it's the window is so small. I would stick to like specialty stuff, anything specialty, and get it and get out as quickly as possible. Because groceries is very, very finicky, very volatile category. Even being a gated is still crazy. I thought once they made it a gated category, it would stabilize. No, it's still the same. It is still the same. But yeah, the ban is about to be lifted on chocolates. Yay. Yay. So it is easy money to be made. And like I did last year, day after Halloween, I was at Walgreens. I bought up a bunch of the specialty stuff. I sent it in. I made some decent money. The day after Christmas, the day after Valentine's Day, same thing applies. But I don't know. It's a crazy habitual lifestyle. Oh man, I was like, Jenny didn't see that me I posted. I'm gonna have to post it so she can see it. But it's you have to get in and get out. You know, did you ever mess with groceries, any Tyler?
Yeah, you do.
Like that?
No, I have not. One category I'm looking at getting more into. So
yeah, it's money to be made. Don't get me wrong, but you know, it's time sensitive. Out of all of them,
and you cannot, you can't go super deep in it
because you'll be that guy.
No.
April 20th with like not just that, but come April 20th with like getting that email from Amazon saying you got 700 things of chocolate that either need to be destroyed or mailed back to you. Because May 1st is coming and we're gonna destroy it if you don't get it sent back to you. So you don't want to be that guy.
Yep. No.
So don't go too deep on chocolates because it'll be there come April 20th when you get that email from Amazon.
And you really don't want to get chocolate Santa Clauses sent back to you. So.
Nobody wants chocolate Santa Clauses in April.
No.
Yeah, once you engage it, you can sell anything in groceries. Anything. The whole category is wide open. And the best part about groceries is, like we've all said, is the specialty stuff. And we all live in areas of the country where everybody has something specialty by them. You know, rubs, barbecue sauces, seasonings. Maybe it's something regional, like a cereal or special nuts or whatever. I don't know. So, you know, so groceries is money to be made. Believe me, it's money to be made. Lots of money to be made, but it's very, very volatile category. Very volatile. Very volatile. I learned that early on. That was my first Amazon mistakes was groceries. And don't go to Big Lots. Yep. None of that shit is in expiration dates. Don't think you can make killing in Big Lots if you're gonna do groceries. So. But yeah.
Yep. And hey, if you guys can find something that's local to your area, that is specific to your area only, that can prove to be something good on Amazon and consistent that other people cannot jump in on. So that just a little tip for you, think of your local area. What is your local area known for in grocery? that is really only accessible in your area, and then promote the snot out of it.
You take the time to make it. Takes a little more time to make a grocery lister. But if you do it right, this is on the record. If you do it right, it's hard for people to find it. Hint, hint. You make the listing correctly, hard for people to find it easily. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
To say, what kind of money are we talking about? I mean, as much as little as you can make. I mean, last year, groceries was my number 3 category on Amazon. You know, it was toys, electronics, groceries. You can do 5,000 a month. You can do 500 a month. Either, you know, as much inventory as you can get. If you can do $5,000 a month in groceries, you know, easily. That's easy, yeah. You can easily do 5,000 a month. So I mean, it's not hard. It's not that difficult. But yeah. How much money do you have? Basically, how much money do you have on deck? You know, it's how much money you can get out of it. But we'll get into that. We can get into that another day, maybe. But thanks everybody. Yeah. We will be back tomorrow. Like I said, we're gonna talk about Amazon and eBay again tomorrow. We're talking about, like I said, Tyler said he's gonna jump in. We're gonna be talking about profit margins, all that stuff. We'll be on tomorrow. I want to thank everybody for jumping in tonight. Bill, it's a pleasure. Are
as always, Scott, same here. And hey, it's great to have Tyler here from the Goodwill. I mean, look.
Are you in the back of a Goodwill? What the hell? He's in the back. He's in the back of the processing station, man.
Maybe I am in the back of the.
He's like I snuck in before they could sort the stuff.
Well, I had a friend of mine who was applying to be an assistant manager at one, and he got beat out by somebody else that had a little more experience than him, but he was going to hook me up if he got the job. So, but unfortunately, he did not get it. So
that sucks.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, whatever.
You'd have loved it. All right, make sure if you want to. Make sure to follow me, follow Bill, follow Tyler. We'll be on tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Okay, everybody have a lovely evening. Peace.